Welcome everyone to a new series where we will be looking at Firebase, and we'll also be integrating Firebase into a basic HTML website that we will be building. So in this video, we're basically just going to look at what is Firebase and look at the different functions that you get with Firebase. So Firebase is basically what they call a backend as a service. So if you're building any type of application, whether it's a mobile application or a web application, Firebase can be used as your backend. So if you need a database, if you need authentication in your app, if you need some sort of cloud API or cloud functions, all of that can be provided by Firebase. And they do much more than just that. But in the very core, it's basically a backend as a service. And it's built on top of Google Cloud Platform or GCP. And the whole reason behind Firebase, or one of the big reasons, is to simplify the process of getting started with GCP and getting started with a backend. So it makes it a lot easier and a lot simpler to get started. And what's also nice about Firebase is they do have a free tier, so you can use it for free and basically only start paying for it once you really have a lot of data and a lot of usage on the project. So let's have a look at some of the docs here. And here you can see just some of the basic functionality that you get with a Firebase project. So they mentioned Cloud Firestore here and the real-time database. So that's two different databases that you have with Firebase. They have things like cloud functions, which acts as serverless functions, if you've ever worked with that. And that's all of these things we will look at in this series, and we'll go through them very quickly and very easily and kind of just demo each of these and how we will use it in our HTML website. Firebase also gives you authentication out of the box. So if you need any type of user authentication, user and password authentication, anything like that, Firebase does support that, and they also have the infrastructure for that. They also supply hosting, where you can host your static website, and also cloud storage where you can upload and store files. So this is just some of the basics, and we will look at some of this in this series as well that we're doing. So let's go and get started. First thing as well is you'll need a Google account. So if you don't have a Google account, you can just go to google.com and create a new account or a new Gmail account. You'll see I'm already logged in here. And then you can just go to Firebase, firebase.google.com, and you'll see this screen. So we're going to click on Get Started. Remember, we're going to build an HTML website where we will integrate Firebase with our HTML website, just to keep it as simple as possible to basically run through what Firebase has to offer. So let's create a new project here. There you can see it says enter project name. I'm just going to say HTML website. Let's see if that's available. Cool. And you'll see they'll generate a unique name for our project name here. I'm going to say continue. You can just keep everything here as a default. This is just to enable Google Analytics. Select an account. So I'm just going to say default account for Firebase. If you starting for the first time, it will just create a new account for you. But this is basically just an account that associates with your Google account that I've just explained previously. So you can just click on that. So what this will do is it will now create a new Firebase project, and it will set up the infrastructure on GCP. Remember, all of this is still free and still on the free tier. So it's very difficult to actually use Firebase on such a level that you have to start paying for it. If you're just playing around with test projects like this, you shouldn't ever have to worry about paying for anything. So you can see your new project is now ready. And that's it, guys. We've just created the new project in Firebase and we're set up and ready to go. So just to quickly show you this interface here. Here you can see we can already get started by adding Firebase to our app, we'll do that in the next video. But if we just take a look around, you'll see here on the left hand side is a lot of the Firebase functionality. Mostly we'll be spending time in this top section here. So you can close up some of these others, but it is interesting to see what you can do with Firebase. But if it feels a little bit overwhelming, you can just close some of them. We'll mostly spend time in this develop section. So in this project, we'll look at authentication. We'll be using the Cloud Firestore database. We'll look at storage and how we can store files on Firebase. We look at hosting as well, and also functions. And there's a lot that we can cover under each of these. So we'll look at all of them. Also, if you go here to the little settings icon and click on project settings, here you can see some of your project settings. You'll see some like the project name, the project ID, and there's also a way to connect our app or our website to Firebase. This we will do in the next video. So that's basically a very quick start to Firebase. In the next video, we'll look at setting up Firebase inside of our website. So we'll create the basic HTML page and we'll connect Firebase to our website. So that's it for now. As I said, we'll stand still at each of these technologies in the upcoming videos and run through each of basic functionality of each. So that's it for now, guys, and check you guys in the next video.